Hey everyone, I just thought I'd come on tonight and share an experience that we had yesterday, about 5:25, 5:30 yesterday evening, on our way home from Alexandria, Minnesota, which is 2 hours north of where I live. I am uploading a video onto my other page of the motorcycle damage, of what has happened, what it looks like so far. It's got a little bit more to go. It should be up here within the next half hour. I don't know. Wi-Fi is a little slow in Minnesota because of the heat, I'm guessing. So, and it says I got an unstable connection. Oh, great, 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 great. Hey, Rick, how's it going? So, I just want to start off with saying, um, let's get this. Try to get this to a better stable connection here. Yesterday, I don't know why it's an unstable connection. I got a full bars for my Wi-Fi. Anyways, so we went up yesterday to Alexandria to see a friend that I haven't seen in over 10 years, about 10 years. His son was graduating from school, and he's a very special needs person. And like, all right, he invites me up. So we decided to go bring the bikes up, spend a couple hours up there, see it's going to storm. So we laughed, we beat the rain, and hi, Precious. I got Precious down here. And so we're getting close to home. Oh, that video is finally loaded up. Anyways, we get close to home and we come into I can't even think of the damn town. Um it's not far from me here. Monticello. We're coming to Monticello on 94. Sorry about that, guys. I'm very bad with this town right here. I'd never even think of it. Monticello. And there's a crash. It's backed up way before there. So we exit in Monticello, jump over to 14, cross the Minnesota River, jump over to 14, and head 14 to 10. Well, that was a good move. No traffic. Absolutely none. Well, we come into Ramsey, and there's construction there on 10 where they start to merge. Goes right up through Anoka. They're doing some bridge work and stuff like that. And starts to merge. I'm on the right, in the lead. My wife Camille is on the left, right behind me. Car in front of us hits the brakes. I hit my brakes and go right. She hit hers and went down. She's got the first thing I did was I heard the squeal and I heard nothing. I looked in my mirror. The bike was down. She was down. I went right into the turn lane quick, shut off the bike, kickstand down. I was off that bike in 10 seconds, y'all. I did not wait. In all that time, I managed to hit my flashers too. And all that in 10 seconds. Went right over to her right away. and asked her if she was all right. She said yes. She shook her head yes. She was sitting up. And once she told me she was all right, she was okay. I went over to the bike. One of the person in a truck that stopped right behind us came over to help me put the bike up. I got the kickstand down. Got it in the first, got it in the neutral. Got it to start. And there was, at that point, I'll just say substance that I thought was gasoline coming out of the primary. There was a crack in the primary casing. Me at the time not thinking, stopping to think about that, it wasn't gasoline. Shut it off right away. Key off everything. Went back over to her. At that time, she had her bearings, wanted up. She didn't want no one else to help her up except me. Got her up. She started walking. There was a cop that was sitting right there who heard us go by, heard the tires, and then when he didn't hear the bikes, the lights and siren came on, and he saw what had happened. I asked him, did someone call you that quick? He goes, no. I heard you guys go by. I didn't hear you. I knew something was wrong. Called one of the big fire trucks in, and then an ambulance. My wife is all right. She's got bruises and stuff on her left hand, left shoulder all the way up, her elbow up, scraped up. Left knee is pretty well scraped up. We got that bandaged right now, along with her elbow. A lot of bruises. Her right knee's got a little bit of a scrape on it. Not too bad. The bike, different story. If you go to my other channel, Rob Benjamin Shadow, you'll see the video there. It's about 6 minutes long. Some of it, my phone wanders because I'm not paying attention to what I'm seeing on the phone. I'm paying attention to what I'm looking at on the bike, so I do apologize for that, but I do think I get the major stuff in. Fenders like plastic or something, that can be replaced and painted. Windshield scraped up on one side, that can be replaced. The turn signal, it's broke on the inside, but I can still put it on. I just left it hanging because that's all going to have to be replaced. Then you get to the shifter. Somewhere on that bent to where I had to push it back down. But if you look where it all goes together, there's a piece that comes up, sticks up like that or so, about so wide, and that pushed into the primary casing and it cracked it. It's a crack that long. You'll see it in the video. And I started up the bike, let it run out, turned it off, and felt it with my fingers, and it was oil. I got synthetic in there, but it's oil. And one of the saddlebags is toast. Need to get new saddlebags for if the bike is deemed repairable. I wouldn't see why not. I don't know how much oil I've lost in the bike. I ain't going to worry about it at this point. The other side was pretty much untouched until you get to the tank and there's a big thing on the tank there. I'm not even sure how that got there, but it only went down on the left side. So that's pretty much the damage to the bike. Like I said, it's all in the video on my other channel. So now comes the aftermath of this accident. And you start out by calling your insurance company. They had me call my insurance company right away, so because I got towing through them. I wasn't going to have them call for towing when I get it through my insurance company. Well, I could tell she was reading from a list when she was asking me things, because she asked me, did the airbags deploy? And it caught me so off guard that I said, no, motorcycles don't have airbags. And she goes, oh. So now I knew she was reading from a script of things to ask. But when you're reporting a motorcycle accident, why would you say, did the airbags go off? Were the airbags deployed? Seriously, motorcycle accident. Like I said, it caught me off guard. And I said, no, motorcycles don't have airbags. Later, I was able to joke about it, saying she must be from Iowa. Sorry, Steve. I had to throw that in there. So got that all taken care of. I have an adjuster. They wanted me to take it to a shop right away. I said, nope, it's going to come to the house. And I want an adjuster to come out and take a look at it. I said, okay, the adjuster will get a hold of me. Being it's the 4th, I'm guessing not going to contact me till Wednesday or Thursday, if anything. So now we got that. Got to deal with the insurance. This is the aftermath for me and my wife. It's not very much. Could have been a lot worse. She went to the urgent care today. They got a couple pieces of rock out of there, small pieces of rock out of her knee. Put bacitracin on it, bandaged up her elbow. Sent us on our way. We're going to get a huge bill on that because, urgent care for one, topical lidocaine, the tube. So they break it open, they pour a little bit on there to numb you up and throw the rest out. They won't give it to you because it's higher strength than what you can get in the store. Imagine that. So they use a little bit of this in the tube and toss the rest. Iodine, a pack of 4 iodine in a little package. They use 2 and toss the rest. They're going to get us for gauze pads, the sticky wrap to go around that. So there's a lot they're going to get us for, but for the lidocaine and the iodine, they got to think of packaging that stuff a lot better because you're throwing away a lot, and they charge you a lot for it. So that's the aftermath for us. Now we wait for the insurance. Wait to see if they're going to total the bike out, see if it's going to be worth repairing. Because the tank's going to have to get repainted. So parts of the bike will have to get repainted so that it looks nice again. So they just might total it out. I do realize that there's some accidents that happen that end in a fatality. There was one yesterday in Monticello. We learned about it when we got up to Alexandria, and I looked at this post and it said an hour ago. So we got up there about 12:31-ish. So that meant about maybe 11:30 noon. No, it's about a 2-hour trip. So I'm guessing it would be about 12:31-ish. So I'm just guessing at this point because I think we got up there at 1. So if we got up there at 1, then it was about noon. Monticello called in for life support, the air life support, and then it got canceled because they called it a fatality. That happened yesterday as we were up in Alexandria. So there's 2 people became a statistic yesterday. My wife and that one person. Don't know who it was. So now that family has to deal with that aftermath of an accident, which is a fatality. Well, for us, I'm not calling a lawyer because I don't feel that we have to. It's pretty much, they told me straight up, no fault. We pay our deductible. They pay for the rest to get the bike fixed. Got it. So now my insurance is going to go up a little bit. What do you do, right? So that's pretty much all for us. Our medical bill will be, her urgent care will be covered. But this family, well, now they got to deal with the accident. I don't know what happened. I should say, now this family is going to have to deal with funeral arrangements. A funeral home. Well, as I mean, in funeral arrangements, are they going to do cremation? Are they going to do a burial? Is the body even presentable to do an open casket burial? I'm sorry, guys. I'm sweating pretty bad here. So now you got that. You've got, you might as well get legal representation for that. And now you're going to have that bill. Because if this person was hit and it wasn't that person's fault, well, the person in the car, they're going to get charged. They're going to get all kinds of stuff going on. Family's going to sue, stuff like that. So you got all that aftermath. Plus, you got the ramifications of it being afterwards. Like, well, loss of income because that person had an income, right, with the family. Now, the person's wife is a widow. She's got to take care of all these bills up till he died. Stuff like that. Everything that follows after a person has passed from an accident, suddenly like that, because now your income is cut. You just had a big tragic moment. Now you got all these other bills on top of that. So it's a pretty big life-changing event, whereas mine was relatively minor. I should say ours was relatively minor. My wife was able to get up and walk away with some bruises and scrapes. it may be a lost bike, where someone else has lost their life, which tells you people need to pay more attention to us. We're behind this car, hit the brakes, I go right, I'm okay. Wife didn't have any room to maneuver because people on the left were trying to come in to merge. Her only shot was to straight forward, and she dumped the bike, and that's what happened. You know, and I'm saying things are popping in my head as I'm going along, and I'm not remembering certain things I want to say. Um, so for my wife, when we got done, officer, now I just remembered one thing I just want to say because I just said this. Um, a lot of people on motorcycles went through. One, at the very beginning, slowed down, stopped before the cop and stuff showed up, asked if we were okay. Slowed down enough and asked if we were okay. My wife gave him the thumbs up, and he went on. So that's cool. This guy stopped. Okay. When the police and rescue are there, it is normal for people on motorcycles to keep going because we've already got help. We've already got this. We've already got that. Okay. Understandable. Now, they all leave. The officer knows that the tow truck is coming, helps me get the bike off farther back off the turn lane so that I got the bike is safe and stuff. We're safe. I hop on my bike, go around to the back. He takes my wife home. After that, 7, 8 more bikes went by. I'm standing there moving stuff out of the um, saddlebags on my wife's bike into mine. Because she left them there and asked me to grab them, even though it was going to be loaded up and going to the house. So I did that. I got a bottle of water sitting there. All these bikes are going by. Not one bike stopped. Not one. I'm there, my bike, my wife's bike, checking things out, doing this, and no one stopped. This truck pulls up. Gal gets out. Not going to say what she was wearing, this, that, her name. She knows who she is. If she watches this stuff, thank you very much for stopping. She asked me, is this my bike? I said, yeah, it's my wife's bike. And she asked me if I had someone coming. I said, the cop just left with my wife to bring her home. I got a tow truck coming. They're going to be here at 6:40. And it was right around 6:20, right around there, the tow truck showed up. She stayed with me and we talked and stuff and said she wishes she would have still had the trailer. She was at a rally and she just dropped it off and was heading home. But she stayed and we talked for a while, and she helped me load the bike up on the flatbed. Found out we couldn't get it in the first gear because the shifter was hitting the primary casing. When we got the bike in there and strapped, she took off. I thanked her very, very much for stopping. I made a friend that day. So if I see her, I'll thank her again. I'll talk to her. If I see anybody on any biker on the side of the road, I'm at least, if I can't stop, I'm at least going to slow down and ask them if they're all right. If they say yes and wave me by, I'm going to go. But otherwise, I'm going to sit there because I've done this before. People waved me by, so I just kept going. I've stopped quite a few times for people. And yesterday was the first time someone has stopped for me, ever, since I've been riding again. So, and then it pissed off my brother Rick, and he posted it on Facebook into a different group about it. He did a rant. Well, if you're a biker, you know what the biker's creed is. You know, it's pretty simple. The biker's creed. A biker's word is his or her word, and my word is my bond. Never ride faster than your angel can fly. Never leave a brother or sister that is broke down. Hear that? Give respect, you get respect. Defend our lifestyle. Never mistake our kindness for weakness. But one thing stands out in that is never leave a brother or sister that is broke down. And only one person after the cop left to bring my wife home, stopped to make sure I was all right and stayed there with me. And I thank her so, so very much. Like I said, no need to say her name or where she's affiliated. Nope. None of that is important. What's important is she stopped. We need more of our bikers, more of our brothers and sisters to do this because it's going by the wayside. It's disappearing. And we're leaving more and more of our family out there stranded. Yeah, we got cell phones, we got this, but the person might not have water, and you might have water in your saddlebags. Give them a bottle to drink, wait with them until someone shows up, stuff like that. So that's pretty much my show, the aftermath. That was our aftermath. I realize others have it worse, get hospitalized and have a long recovery back to where they need to be. Some will still ride, some won't. And there's the ultimate where you get hit and you pass. Yeah. That aftermath I will never ever want to deal with ever. Because that would be so hard. I'd lose the one I love. I have to deal with life without her. Financial will be really hard. I'd have to make a lot of changes. So that's the show, guys. Remember, you got a person, you see a biker stranded on the side of the road. Unless they wave you by, stop. Check on them because you never know what's going on, what's in their head. Doesn't matter if they're in a club or not. Stop. Because I guarantee you're going to have the respect of that one person for a lifetime. Y'all have a great night. Y'all have a great 4th of July and y'all be safe. Look out for us on 2 wheels because I don't know how these other people in cages are. Hey, Shocker, how you doing, sis? I was just about to wrap up. If you want to come on, I got the link up here. But yeah, no one else is looking out for us, so we got to look out for each other. So that's pretty much all I got to say tonight. Y'all be safe. Keep that rubber side down. Oh, hang on. We got a guest coming on.
Well, what the hell?
Well, hello.
Hang on. We're getting ready to have a storm up here, so.
Yeah, I saw the rain coming in.
Yeah, but that's all right. I got shelter right now, just as long as it don't blow away.
Right.
We're all good. So she doing good?
She's doing good. She's a little sore, but she's doing good. They found a couple pieces of gravel in her knee at the urgent care this afternoon.
Took care of it?
They took care of it. Not as painful as what it could have been.
Right.
But she made it through. She's up around walking, letting the dogs out because she knows I'm doing the show.
Well, that's good. She got to keep on moving. Keep on trucking.
And in my other channel, the main one, I got a video posted up of the damage of the bike.
I seen that, and then I seen you were live. I thought I'd jump on.
So, foot's falling asleep.
Slap it.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
I can still feel
Wake
it.
up! Wake up! Wake up!
Just the way I was sitting, I was cutting off the circulation. So,
are you in the living room?
No, I'm in the bedroom because, and then she closes the door on me. It's gonna get hot.
It's gonna get hot,
right?
Yeah.
Upstairs, I was sweating my ass off.
Yeah.
I said, "Screw this!" Came down here, left the door open. Now I'm starting to sweat my ass off again.
Yeah. Yep. I know the feeling.
So,
except for not my ass, my boobies.
Right.
Just saying. Just saying.
I drank so much water today.
Oh, I know. Peeing clear.
Well, I think I'm about to pee clear because everything was dark yellow. I'm so dehydrated.
Well, that's not a good thing.
But I found out it's not gas leaking out of her main. It's oil. There's a small crack and it's oil.
It's fixable. Just remember that.
It is, but where that floorboard is, bending it up and back, and how easy it was for me to push it back down because it was stuck. I'm wondering if there's some frame damage there. Because to go down and hit that casing and crack it like that, it had to bend, and I pushed it back down. So I'm wondering if there's some frame damage there.
Well, the
adjuster's not going to see that because I had to push it down to get it back in the first.
Oh. Well, then explain it.
Oh, I will. I will. But yeah, she's doing good. Sassy as ever.
Well, that's a positive note.
Well, sometimes I wish the sassiness would leave her.
No, she wouldn't be her.
Sometimes I'd be fine with that.
Oh, stop it. She forever gonna be her. Ain't nothing ever gonna be changed.
Nope, and that's why I married her, because of her.
Yeah.
So,
Well, I'm glad everything is okay. I'm glad it's not a worse scenario that like it could have been.
Right.
We already had this conversation, so we don't have to have it again.
Right. Had that last night.
Right.
You know.
I like hearing that weirdo stuff.
No.
People are dumb. I think there
Called-
needs to be. I think education needs to stand where all the time. I mean, I know Wisconsin. I know up here in our area, our ABATE girl. There's an ABATE girl that goes around and talks to these classrooms. But now that like our classrooms are for kids getting their driver's license are now a private matter, not in the school, makes things a little difficult. But I believe she goes to like dumb classes, you know, when all them people are dumb and have to go to class to save some points. She gets to go and educate these people. So the more we can educate people with drivers on motorcycles, the better we're gonna be.
Well, they really need to teach them to look out for us because we're very unseeable.
Right, exactly right.
Especially when you're coming up behind and you hit the brakes, and next thing you know, you realize the motorcycle went down because you hit the brakes.
Right. And it could have been a worse scenario, you know.
Right.
But we'll take this as a lesson learned too.
You know, and like yesterday, the cop asked me if I got a license plate number. When, in that time, when that car hit the brakes, and I was maneuvering, so I wouldn't go down or hit the car.
Right.
I saw my wife down. When did I dawn on me to even get a license plate number?
Yeah, some people would, but you were focused on your wife, and that's very understandable. Very understandable.
I see her down and the bike's down, and I stop to get off and go to her. I'm not going to go look for a plate number. I'm not going to get one because I ain't going to remember it anyway.
Right.
Because I look at that, I'm going to have to take time to grab my pen and paper and write it down while I should be tending to my wife.
Because our memories don't work, right?
Right. They do, but at that time, am I going to remember it?
You know, they probably could do this. They could probably do some voodoo fucking crap and push you into a little fucking trance, and you probably know that license plate number.
Probably.
I'm thinking you might know that, but you're not focused on that but I guarantee you saw it. You just aren't focused there. You were more focused on your wife and your wife's well-being, and I don't blame you.
Right. Well, it just makes me want to get a GoPro now.
Right. Good for you. Get one.
You know, never thought this would happen to us.
Well, and you can't. I mean, that's a big subject right there. You don't know, but you have to speculate. You know, I ride my motorcycle. When I'm riding my motorcycle and I see dumb idiots pulling out and stuff like that, thinking the scenarios of what could have happened if I didn't react the way I do.
Right. You know, I'm just lucky that it wasn't worse.
Right. The situation could have been a lot worse. And I'm thankful that everybody's okay.
So am I.
Well, I think everybody is.
But she told me I stayed calm all throughout that until I got home.
Yeah, well, then your adrenaline quit, and your brain started kicking in. That's what happened.
Well,
but at least you got home.
I got more brains than a lot of people I know.
Yeah, you do.
And I was going to say, you give me a lot of credit.
Hippy dippy now. We'll have to talk about that later.
Right? I had one. I made two yesterday that I was going to post up, and one mentioned our little mishap, and the one I actually did post, it did. I referenced Blinded by the Light. So
Oh,
I might throw it up tomorrow. But
at least you have one.
What's that?
I said that at least you have one available. If you can't think of something else.
Right. Well, seeing as this happened yesterday, it's outdated, but
Right.
little hippy dippy motorcycles. So
So what are we getting the hippie? So when are we getting the hippy dippy stickers?
As soon as my hippy dippy credit cards get lowered.
Good one.
I'm almost maxed them all out because of car repairs and motorcycle repairs, and this and that, and now this happens. Luckily, now if we decide to get it, they don't total it. We have to pay $500, and then they'll pick up the rest. Well, now it comes to finding a shop that's going to repair it.
That's gonna repair it, yeah. Don't you know of any?
I know of one in Osseo, not too far from me. Really good shop, expensive, but they're really good people.
You have an Osseo, Minnesota?
Yep.
Oh, you have an Osseo, Wisconsin too.
Yeah.
Creepy.
I want to say it's called Heinen Motorsports. They're maybe 10, 15 minutes from the house.
Hey, well then, check it out.
Otherwise, I gotta trailer it, and I ain't gonna go down to Eden Prairie with this sucker. Nope, I'm gonna bring it to someone. And then my brother Rick just says, bring it up to where he goes. That's 2 hours north.
Well, I'd take it to the best person that you can find.
Yeah, I'm gonna probably just bring it to a person.
Yeah, because she's gonna want to ride again because she's got to get back up on the saddle again.
Right.
But she's strong. She's a strong woman. She did. I know I did. Took me a minute, but I got back on after my takedown.
But there's a problem with that, Rick. If I bring it up to where you are, I might not have my bike for a year.
Oh, that's slow.
I remember that wiring harness. You don't have that yet. So.
Well, whatever you decide, just make sure it's right for you.
We will. We'll talk about it before we do anything.
Yeah, keep that a mutual decision between you both.
I just want to make sure they're not going to total it out because that crack in there, I know that housing can be replaced, but I don't know if any other damage was done on the inside. I don't think there was.
Right.
But if that frame is bad, they're going to total it anyway.
No. Shit. It happens.
So.
Well, let's see what they say.
Right.
That would be the next step. Then go from there. Make your decision on what you're going to do.
Right. Rick, I thought they had that wiring harness. It was just down in Florida. And they're just not getting it in. Yeah, so that's the thing. Insurance. If she keeps bitching about her knee, that it hurts and hurts and hurts, I'm just going to cut it off.
No, you're not. You can threaten that all you want. She'll whoop your ass. Just saying.
Yeah, then she'd whoop my ass with one leg.
Yes, she would.
No, I told her that.
One leg and one hand tied behind her back, she'd whoop your ass.
Oh, it's because I would let her.
Yeah, you would. Yeah, you
I,
would.
I let her beat me because it's more fun.
Right.
You know, I call it bringing pleasure to two people.
Mm-hmm. I bet.
So yeah.
Well, tomorrow's a new day. It's Independence Day.
Right?
Let freedom ring.
Right? Do you think any aliens are going to invade?
I don't know. Could be a creepy one this year, huh?
Right? We might just have to send Will Smith up to fight him.
I think that might work.
Right?
He might like that.
Right? So,
With his attitude, anyway.
right. So yeah. You know, could have been so much worse. Oh, then
Yep.
I have my son to help me bring it off the flatbed, right? I said, yes, I got it in first so that it's not going to roll off. I got the brake. I'm holding that front brake. I said, now you need to pull in the clutch and I'll let off the brake and we'll roll it down nice and easy. He looked at me and goes, you tell me that like I know what a clutch is. I said, the first thing that popped in my mind was, seriously, it's the lever. Because I tell him you got to pull it in. So I told him it's that lever right there, and he's like, "Oh."
Well, do you blame him? He's all scared. That's mom's bike.
Well, he's pretty bright, but sometimes I think Sheldon Cooper's a lot brighter than he is.
Well, is what it is.
Right.
You got it off the trailer, didn't you?
Got it off the trailer. He made sure the kickstand was still down. Now there's oil everywhere on that frame and that floorboard. On my garage a little bit. On my floor. So.
Oh, there's always oil laying around there, though.
Yeah, but I've got stuff to clean it up.
Yeah, there you go. Just throw some cat litter on it.
So,
sand.
I just got to make sure that I don't start it because it pours out.
Let them start it. We'll see.
Yeah, I wouldn't put it past a Geico an adjuster to start that bike. I'm going to look at him and say, do you even know how to start it?
Do you know how?
Well,
do you know what you're doing?
The chances are this adjuster might be just as stupid as the lady I talked to. Jeez, I really think she's from Iowa.
Some people don't know. Some people honestly just don't know.
But ask me if the airbag's deployed on a motorcycle.
Excuse me. Let me stop it. Is there such thing?
No. If an airbag deployed on a motorcycle, you'd go flying backwards.
Right. Yeah, there's no common sense there.
Kawasaki don't own Harley. I looked it up. It's all a myth. And Kawasaki's don't leak.
Oh, shit.
I looked that up. Kawasaki did not buy Harley. It was an April Fool's prank.
Well, whatever. It is what it is.
Right? But then how come Harleys look a lot like Hondas now?
Yeah, isn't that weird? But whatever.
Right.
I drive a Honda Davidson.
I drive a Harley Saki.
A Harley Saki? Yeah, I drive a Honda Davidson. I seen that on a windshield on somebody else's Honda, and I stealing it. Honda Davidson.
There you go. There you
And
go.
you know it's really messed up. It's really messed up is because, you know, my helmet is a Harley Davidson helmet.
Well,
So
you can
I drive
argue
a Honda
that.
Davidson.
You can argue that.
I liked it. I picked it up at a rummage sale, and it fits, so we're all good. Just
How much
I
did you
can't
end
wear
up
my hair
paying
certain
for it?
ways though.
How much did you pay for it?
$25, and it's a shell.
Right.
Just
It
a shell.
gets you from point A to point B.
Yeah. I put it on my head today, and my grandkids just shook their head like, "What? You have a helmet like that?" Yes, I do. It even has a visor thing that you can. It has buttons that you could put that visor on. Looks kind of tacky, but whatever. Guess it works. And then, you know, like when it gets colder, it's got this thing that zips on, keep you a little warmer.
Right.
I wear it
Mine
at work.
Mine just has the things that come down over the ears, and it don't keep you pretty warm.
Well, I'd go different tactics too, because I don't think that would keep you warm, but I always wear my bandanas to where I cover my ears. Because I don't have a windshield on my bike anymore. And we won't,
Okay.
that's a long story. We won't go there. And it ain't got nothing to do with me, but so you have to protect the ears. And I don't like wearing earplugs, so
So my brother Rick says they own 51%. And I looked it up. It says Kawasaki has not acquired Harley Davidson. That rumor started in 2014 as an April Fool's joke. So
and it's still going.
everything I'm looking up says they do not. So I don't know what to believe. Believe what you want to believe. That's how I put it.
It is what it is.
Yep. So,
Anyway,
the deal is she's doing good. The bike isn't, she's alive. The bike still runs. I'm not going to go
squirting
riding
oil
this on the
everywhere.
road.
Squirt, 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 squirt.
Right. I got my own little James Bond motorcycle.
It's not even the bike. It is, she survived and took it down like a trooper.
Yep. And was sitting up and scoring. What the fuck?
Right. So I'm proud of her. She scared me. I'm proud of her.
Oh, she scared you.
She did. She scared me after I read that shit. That's just me.
Right.
I think
Well,
I'd got the phone call too if the shoe was on the other foot.
Oh,
Just
I'd be calling.
Just saying.
But she's alive, scraped up. Not a bruised ego or anything. She's not worried about that. She's now got to get new gloves.
She'll get right back on it. She'll jump right back on the saddle again.
Yeah.
Without
as
a
soon as we
doubt.
figure out what's going on with this bike.
Right.
Maybe
she'll push you off yours and ride yours.
I don't think so. I don't think
Why not?
She can't
Stop
handle my bike.
it.
She can't
You
handle
want to
my
ride
bike.
your bike? Stop it.
She has never ridden my bike. She can't handle
So,
it.
how do you know?
She told me straight up she can't handle it.
She don't know that.
I ride a 1700. I can pick
And
my bike up. She can't pick my bike up.
I'm struggling to pick mine up, but I'm almost there.
She even said that's too much bike for her.
But still, you know how many times I've stopped and picked up a person pick up their bike on the side of the road because they didn't put their kickstand down and they were dumb. I've done that a few times. Some of them freaking bikes are heavy.
Yeah, they are.
And I know it's like some of the people that I know up here, their bikes are huge. It's like, how are you picking that up?
Well,
But whatever.
Go up, put your back to the seat and just power lift and push back.
Right.
You know?
Yeah. You should see some of my little friends.
I was handling her bike pretty easy, picking that up, but one of the Good Samaritans helped me pick that up pretty easy right off the ground.
Yeah.
You know.
I had a Good Samaritan help me pick mine up when I took it down. After I stood in front of my bike, I guarded my bike because I was on a curve. I stood in front of it and screamed, my hands out. And I didn't hurt until the next day. And I didn't go to the doctor. I cleaned my road rash.
Yeah, Camille's got hers cleaned out by the doctor.
But the guy that picked up my bike and put it on a trailer, he's like, you should go get checked. And I'm like, I'm fine. I rode my bike like a trooper.
Right.
I know a gentleman that hit a deer. And chaps saved his life, but they also burned a hole in him and it went to his skin too, but it could have been worse if he wasn't wearing his chaps.
Right.
Because that buck like landed right, like if you put your arms out instead, it was right there in front of the bike and like got hooked up on. Still got up and dragged itself in the woods. And the next day I went there and listened to that. I was listening to that deer struggling and called the sheriff's department to come dispatch it and had my son pick it up. But yeah, road rash is not a fun thing.
No.
When you get gravel embedded in yourself. I watched that happen. So let's just be grateful that she took her tactics the way she needed to take her tactics.
Yeah. Now we'll, be
and never
a
trust
little bit more watchful because they ain't watching for us.
They don't give a shit. No, they don't. I wouldn't, you guys live all in freeway land and I can get around that. I hesitate, but I mean, I ride it, but I'm not too fond of that, especially on busy days. And this is a horrible weekend to ride. But yet we do it.
Right. Because we love it.
Right.
But
it's watching the people. It's watching them uneducated people. Where education needs to be spread a little bit wider than what we have. That's all I got.
And one thing that just popped in my mind, if I did remember this license plate and relay it, what were they going to do to this person?
Probably a fine. Inattentive driving. But why, what was the reaction of the braking besides people are idiots in Minnesota?
People merging in from the left.
Right? Just saying. People suck.
We're within 5 miles from home.
Education needs to be spread a little bit better than what it is. That's all I'm saying.
Right.
Anyway, you're on your hour.
Yeah. I gotta go make me a root beer float.
Oh, you do you. You do you, and you have yourself a great 4th of July.
You too,
When do you
sis.
go back to when do you go back to work?
Thursday.
Okay.
She goes back on Wednesday.
That's why she's healing up.
Right? And I'll let her sleep in tomorrow because I'll get to sleep in on Wednesday.
There you go.
I'll get up with the dogs, let them out, get them fed, tend to the chickens,
Right.
let her sleep.
Well, good for you. What a husband. Anyway, you have a great 4th of July. Be safe.
You too.
And don't be holding on to no damn fireworks, all right?
I'm not 20 anymore.
I did it too. I
Right?
remember
I still have all 5 fingers.
the Roman candle backfire. I probably still have a scar on my hand somewhere.
So,
Anyway, have a safe one, people.
you too.
Peace.
All right. So that's the show, guys. Thank you, Shaka, for coming on tonight. You're welcome anytime. I love it. Love always talking to you. You're my sister, always. So, y'all have a great night. Keep that rubber side down, shiny side up, and you have a great 4th of July. Y'all stay safe. Have a good night.